AP exams are going through a huge change, with most of them now being digital. And if that sounds a little intimidating, don't even worry about it. In this explainer, we're going to walk you through absolutely everything you need to know so you can walk into that test feeling totally confident. Let's dive in. Okay, so AP exams are going digital. What does that actually mean for you? What do you really need to know? That's the big question, right? It's not just about knowing the subject anymore. It's also about mastering this new digital format. So let's break it all down. So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about this big digital shift. Then we'll get into the difference between fully digital and hybrid exams. Yep, there's a difference. We'll run through a super important pre-test checklist, take a tour inside the Bluebook app itself, and finally, we'll walk through exactly what to expect on the big day. All right, let's start with section 1, the digital AP shift. The main thing to get here is that this isn't some small experiment. The vast majority of AP exams are now on the College Board's Bluebook app. And you know, the good news is, for a lot of you, this whole setup might already feel a little familiar. That's because Bluebook is the exact same app they use for the digital SAT and the PSAT. So the College Board isn't starting from scratch here. They're just expanding a system they've already built. But it's not quite that simple. Not all digital exams are the same, which brings us to a really crucial distinction. Fully digital versus hybrid, and you have to know which format your exam uses. It's super important. Okay, so the difference is actually pretty simple. If your exam is fully digital, you're doing the whole shebang. Multiple choice, free response, everything right there in the Bluebook app. But if it's a hybrid exam, you'll do the multiple choice questions in Bluebook, and then you'll actually switch to a paper booklet to handwrite your essays or problems. So which is which? Well, this table gives us a pretty clear idea. You can see here the ones that are heavy on writing, think AP English Lit or your big history exams, those are fully digital. But the ones where you need to draw diagrams or write out complicated equations like calculus or the big sciences, those are hybrid. Makes sense, right? All right, let's talk about the stuff that you can totally control, your pre-test prep. Think of this as your personal checklist to make sure you are 100% ready to go before you even walk out the door. I'm talking 4 simple steps you absolutely have to do before test day. 1, download the Bluebook app if you haven't already. 2, run the Test Your Device check inside the app. 3, log in with your College Board info and make sure your exam is listed there. And number 4, and trust me, this is the most important one, try a test preview. And here's your packing list. First and foremost, your device has got to be fully charged. It needs to last at least 4 hours. Bring a power cord or a portable charger just in case, but you can't bet on there being an outlet near you. Also, grab a pen or pencil for scratch paper. They'll provide the paper. A mouse is optional, but if you're using a tablet, an external keyboard is a must. Okay, let's peek inside the Bluebook app. Getting comfy with these tools before the test by using that test preview is honestly the secret to a smooth day. No surprises. First up, mark for review. You see that little bookmark icon? Think of it as your best friend for managing time. If a question has you stuck, just flag it, move on, and you can easily circle back to all your marked questions later. All right, next up, the option eliminator. This is basically the digital version of taking your pencil and physically crossing out the answers you know are wrong. It's a simple tool, but it's so powerful for narrowing down your choices. You can also get really interactive with the questions using highlights and notes. Just select a chunk of text in a reading passage or question, and you can either highlight it or type a quick note to yourself. It's perfect for breaking down those really dense prompts. Okay, for all my math and science people, listen up. This is a big one. There is a powerful Desmos graphing calculator built right into the app for most of the relevant exams. But, and this is a big but, AP Statistics is the one exception. For that test, you still have to bring your own approved calculator. And look, we're not the only ones saying this. The experts at Applerouth put it perfectly. The interface is pretty intuitive once you play with it, but it is absolutely worth practicing with before you get to the exam. Seriously, that test preview is your best friend here. And if you're taking one of those fully digital exams with essays, you might be worried about formatting. Don't be. Bluebook gives you a basic toolbar with all the essentials you'd expect. Bold, italics, underline, plus cut, copy, and paste. You'll have what you need to structure your essays. All right, we're in the home stretch. Section 5, Mastering Test Day. Let's do a play-by-play of what your exam day is actually going to look and feel like, from start to finish. So, here's how it'll go down. You get to your seat, you'll connect to the Wi-Fi, and do a quick check-in process. Your proctor will give everyone a start code, you'll type it in, and bam, the timer for Section 1 begins. After that section, you get a scheduled break, then you come back,
The timer for Section 2 starts, and when it's all over, your answers get submitted automatically.
Now, about that break, this is super important. The app will show a break screen, and that's when your 10-minute timer starts. Whatever you do not close your laptop or exit the Blue Book app. Just leave it open on your desk. The app will tell you exactly what to do when it's time to start again. And now for the question that I know causes a ton of anxiety. What if the Wi-Fi glitches and your submission fails? Okay, deep breath. You can relax because you really don't need to worry. This is one of the best features of the whole system. As you work, all your answers are being saved directly onto your device. So if that final submission fails for some reason, the app will just give you instructions to try again. Bottom line, your work is safe.
And that's it. You've got the full rundown. You know the different formats, the tools, the whole test day procedure. So you're prepped for the format, you know the tools, you know the drill. The only question left is, are you ready for the content?